And we are live. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Changeling the Lost Littlebrook Reunion, a Changeling the Lost 2nd Edition game that we've been playing now since, was it September we started playing? I do believe it was
August?
last year. August. Late August. Yeah, I think it might have been August anyway. So I am Chris, the Primogen, as usual, the storyteller for the evening. You might know me from my channel on YouTube, where I do lore videos for Vampire and other stuff. And I would like everyone else to introduce themselves as well. But before we do that, I don't think Silas or Trev will be joining us tonight because he is very recently a father, and we would all like to wish him and his beautiful partner huge congratulations and good luck with everything that comes with having a small child. I am not jealous, but I am also very happy for you guys. So hoping you're watching, and if you're not, hope you're doing okay anyway. So we'll do the introductions. What way will yes, astrological signs this time? What do you guys think?
Sure.
Let's make it complicated. Simple. So who's? Let's just go with date of birth. Who? January? Anyone?
I'm February.
February. There we go.
I'm February as well.
I'm the 24th.
You
I'm the
actually
14th,
start.
so I am
there we
the
go.
first then.
You actually start with April, though.
No.
February. Here we go.
February. So hi, I am Adam, and I play Jonas, a Darkling. And if you are wanting to hear more of my voice, you can also follow my podcast, Spela Roll. It is in Swedish, but if you want to learn Swedish, or if you already know Swedish, you're most welcome to listen to it. Spela Roll.
All right. I'm Harry. I play Nate, the Fairest. If you want to hear more of my voice, not sure why, but if you do, you can find me on YouTube at the Salubri Cat. That's I do stuff related to World of Darkness, and I have a fun idea for my next video, which I'll probably get started working on next week. I'm a busy person. Also, I'm the host of the podcast Saratoga by Night, which is a World of Darkness podcast. First season was Vampire the Masquerade. This season is Hunter the Vigil, set on the eve of one of the most important battles of the Revolution, the Battle of Saratoga. So it's a lot of fun. Tune in.
Noticing a theme.
Yes.
Perfect.
Just a
Thank
little
you.
bit of a theme, little continuity.
Which date are we at? So no, because this is
March.
complicated. I'm March. Anyone else? No, me. Okay. Hi, I am Kitsu. I play an elemental. Their name is Tide, and I am happy to be here.
So
No,
am
I'm
I. I
not.
forgot to say it, but I am as well.
I'm just gonna assume that you're not happy to be here if you don't say it.
I had a brain
Yeah,
fart,
honestly, I'm
sorry.
fucking miserable.
Well, we're in good company.
Yeah.
I also have a YouTube channel. There is nothing on it, but I have a Twitter. I have a Tumblr. I have various of those things. So if you search for Torn Embers, I'm all over the place. Hopefully there will be something on it soon. I keep saying that, but hopefully someday.
Thank you very much. Okay, April, that's me. Anyone else in April? May? June? May. There we go.
May. Yes, I am the Touring on Twitter. I play Lars, who is a wizened, and he is the grumpy old man of the group, as I am. Oh, and I'm happy to be here.
Perfect. Thank you. You're already much better than everyone else. Those of you who said you're happy to be here, by the way. Thank you very much. As that was May. June?
Just me left, right?
Yes, but let me go through the months.
Okay. Warning, it's towards the end. Okay.
Starting the months with Chris.
June, July, August, September, October, November.
There we go. Okay.
Okay.
That's me. Hi. I'm so happy to be here. I put the so on there, so I win. Hi, I'm Megan. I play Nova. She's a beast. And my Twitter's down here. I believe it at Quai Not. And I do have a Patreon for my weird sketches, and that's Murphy Pop.
Thank you very much. Brilliant. That's all of us for now. So let us go to some announcements. Touring, if you would, if you please.
The announcement is that the Hunter the Visual Second Edition Kickstarter has completed, funded at just over 4 times what they were looking for, and just under 2,000 backers. Unlocked 11 different stretch goals, which is insane. There's going to be all kinds of additional stuff added to that. So if you got in on that, great. If not, I think they usually open the stuff back up on Backer Kit once it comes
Oh,
out,
yeah.
which will be in a little bit. But I think that's really about it.
I think so. Yeah, we got the Scarred Lands playtesting as usual, I believe. But
Yep.
otherwise, congratulations, the Onyx Path, for a successful Kickstarter, and go check out Backer Kit if you haven't once they open it up, because there's always a good I got my hands on Chicago by Night that way, so it's always it's up for a long time. You can see what kind of stuff you can get to it as well. It's a pretty good pre-order-ish feature. So let's have a little bit of a recap. What happened last time? Sure was a lot of stuff that happened, wasn't it? Also, apparently I wrote session 17 twice, so I guess we're on session 18. Good to know. So you all woke up previous session in a snow-covered Littlebrook. It was rather strange, you figured, considering it was in late August when you went to sleep. And it turned out that you were the only people in the city of Littlebrook, or the town of Littlebrook. Everyone else was gone. There was no electricity, no lights. And you slowly began to search the area, heading towards the gated community where you would usually find Mrs. Blackbird and Wenceslas. But on the way there, you came upon the office of Inkwell, the man who you had found deceased not too long ago, decapitated and missing all the blood in his body, or at least no blood on the spot of his murder. He was, however, still in there, in this world, and you slowly came to realize that maybe this wasn't actually the real world, but rather something different, maybe a dream or something like that. He, of course, had something important to tell you, not with his own voice, but with another voice. And I will repeat that for you, just in case you don't remember. Time takes all, yet a world without glamour is nary a world at all, but a husk without soul. Is it two sides of a coin? Is the solution a quick death or a slow? Is it really a coin? And at that point, you all woke up back in August with the not super warm, because this is northern Minnesota, but at least not covered in a foot or 2 feet of snow. You all met up again and decided to head over to Wenceslas once again to have a little conversation with him, where he was informed rather abruptly about the death of a close friend of his. Somewhat shocking to him in his frail state, and after a little bit of a conversation, you decided to just let him rest and head over on a road trip, a 3-hour road trip all the way over to the White Stag National Park, to the lake. Now, I believe I at some point named this lake, so I will look for that now. Let me see here.
White Stag or something, wasn't it?
I believe the park is White Stag, but let's just call it the lake for now. I'm sure I wrote it down somewhere. Let's just call it White Stag Lake. Why not? That's a good name. You headed over there, a 3-hour car trip, and there was some bickering going on in the group for a little bit. It would seem that Flicker has a tendency to get a little bit annoyed with certain members of the crew. Won't mention any names. And Tide got super paranoid. Pink Cassell is also summarizing some events in the chat. A little bit less subtle than I am saying it. So you headed over there anyway, and it was about afternoon when you guys were out there. I would say 5 or 6 p.m. if I'm not mistaken. And the park ranger office is still open but about to close, and all of you except for Flicker and Jonas decided to go out on the floating floating docks. That's what it's called, to face the fetch of Wenceslas, who you need to kill, or were at least asked to kill by Wenceslas. However, there was also a long discussion about whether or not you were going to kill this fetch. Some of you arguing that it's wrong to kill, or that it has a life. Some of you arguing that it is merely a thing and thus is not actually alive in the common sense. So I think that's where we left it. The fetch turned around as you approached it and said, "So, is it going to be a quick death or a slow one?" I think that was the last sentence spoken. And with that, unless we have any questions or further clarifications, how about we play a storytelling game of Beautiful Madness? Yes. So, there is a fetch, of that there is no doubt, standing before you on the floating docks. He's wearing the clothes of a pretty similar to what you'd expect a college professor to wear, like a blazer, elbow pads, button-up shirt, slacks, and the head is this almost human-like construction out of chicken wire, and sticking out through it are branches that's supposed to look like hair, and there's a pair of glasses on what is supposed to be the nose. And what you do realize right away is that this fetch is actually surprisingly detailed if you compare it to the mockery of Nate that you encountered not too long ago. Nate's fetch had a balloon for a face, I believe,
Yes.
which is a basic face painted on it. And this one has some craftsmanship to it, and it didn't sound very aggressive or anything like that when it spoke to you, but it's just looking at you. It's kind of hard to tell if there's any emotions going on. There's no facial movement at all, just this simulacrum of a human standing before you.
So Lars will just kind of look at it, take in the faceless, motionless thing, and look to the others and say, "See what I mean?"
Huh.
You're a fetch, yes?
Well, that's what they tell me.
What makes you think we're here to kill you?
Well, I assumed when the other one is back, they wouldn't want me around. I mean,
How did you know the other one was back?
Well, I could feel it. I could sense it. And I know you've spoken to it. I know you've spoken to them. And they've told you that I'm not the real Wenceslas. Honestly, I feel like I am. I remember everything. I remember our marriage. I remember when we realized she was expecting. I remember my time painting. But I've been here for a while. I've been thinking about it. If you got to do it, you got to do it. I'm not gonna fight you.
Nova's gonna walk up and it's like, is there like a place you can go? Like, can you just leave?
Well, then, that's why I went here. Where else could I go? Did Madeline ask you to come?
No. No.
Oh, that figures.
What figures?
Well, I mean, she Well, I don't think she'd be one to send you. Does she know that you're here?
Does it matter?
I mean, how else would you know that I'm here?
I don't know. You feel things about him. What makes you think he doesn't feel things about you?
Well, I don't know what to say. He wasn't here. He wasn't here for the entire time. He was somewhere else. I don't know. He looks like me, I suppose. I mean, I didn't
He
know
looks
she.
like him. You
Okay.
look vaguely like him if you're not looking too closely.
Up until he came back, I wouldn't have known. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm the fetch. I don't think I'm the fetch, but everything seems to point to me being it, and all I remember is that feeling almost 2 weeks ago when I suppose when he woke up. Was it almost 2 weeks ago? Who sent you here? Who was it that sent you here? Was it Matthew?
The real you.
All right. No one else
I was
knows
gonna-
you're here?
You're being like super mean, Lars. Like, okay, so like, so you've been Wenceslas up until you're not. What do you want to do? Like, what if you do? Like, if you could have a choice, like right now, what do you
mean?
want?
What do you mean?
What do you want? Like right now, what do you want?
I don't want to die.
Okay. But also like, if you didn't die now, what would you want to do? What would you want to continue doing?
I'd want to be with my wife.
Can Nova see how truthful he's being? Like,
Sure, you can roll.
that be intelligence?
Intelligence and empathy. Yeah. Or sorry, what was?
Yeah, I have a specialty in lies for empathy.
Yeah. So roll an extra die
And
to see if you're spotting any
okay.
lies.
All right, let's do it. Ooh. 2, 3, 4, 5.
That sounded like a lot of successes.
Yeah, 5.
Critical success.
Nice. That is a very good success. You don't. I mean, it is difficult to see on the face of someone who does not have features moving around, but by the tone of the voice, this fetch, that's what he wants, or whatever you want to call it. Wants to be with his wife.
So Nova's going to turn, being very well aware that they are right in front of him, and like he means what he says. He doesn't have any ulterior motive. It doesn't seem fair because he was who he was until he wasn't.
Yeah.
He
He's a
didn't choose
victim.
that.
He's a victim like the rest of us.
Why does he? She tries to whisper. Why would Wenceslas need him dead? Why not just gone? Isn't that enough?
How would you feel if there was another one of you running around?
Well,
The
I'm
fake
me, so
version
it
of
doesn't
you.
matter. I've already lost my time. It'd probably be more. It's more theirs than mine.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but knowing there's a Sarah out there and knowing what I know about her, it makes me pretty pissed off. But then again, I get pissed off for a lot of things. So maybe that's not a good point.
Putting the blame on the person who didn't make the decision.
Who makes? Where do fetches come from? I don't think I've ever been told.
Considering
Do you
what,
guys know?
considering what we've seen that they can do, it wouldn't surprise me if they put them in place.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I suppose all these memories are fake. I remember being a painter in the city 60, 70 years ago. I remember being taken. I remember serving my time in Arcadia, working for them, escaping, coming here, and finally the decision to, well, to close off the city. I remember all of these things.
So you remember the duress?
Yes.
Do you remember what the you that wasn't there was doing then too?
When I was taken?
Yeah.
You
like-
weren't taken, though.
No, I was taken. I remember that.
He remembers that, so you remember that.
Do we know how that works? No, this isn't right. No.
Yep, something's very wrong here.
Something's wrong.
What do you mean?
Doesn't make sense. There's no reason for you to remember endurance. Fetch's whole job is to pretend that nothing happened.
Well, do we know that, though?
That's how it seems to have worked. Also, Nova doesn't really care for evidence. Like, she's pretty sure she's got what's happening. So she's like, no. Something's like, he's like a super well done fetch, and he has memories that I don't think a fetch is supposed to have. And boy, is it suspicious that we're supposed to just take care of him, and no one knows but one person. I don't like
If he
being
remembers the
used, and this has been
Durance,
happening a lot.
how do we know he's a fetch?
Look at him.
He remembers the Durance, though. Fetches don't remember the Durance.
What kind of perception can we do? Can we get like real close? I mean, uncomfortably
But
close
do we
to this
know
guy?
that?
Yeah, he's not offering any resistance if you want to get really close and check him out.
Yeah, nobody just wants to get like real close and like see how, if there's anything she can notice that seems to be different or off or.
Okay, I guess that would be a wits occult roll to do that.
Is this superstition or no?
No, I would say no for that. Sorry.
Oh, no, that's okay. 2.
2 successes. You don't know. You've had very few encounterings with fetches in general, so your knowing of them is pretty limited.
She's
hard to
legit just
tell
kind
if
of
there's anything
poking at
weird.
him,
Yeah, he does.
trying to like peel
he-
off the wood
Oh.
or something.
He kind of goes, all right. Is there anything I can help
Oh.
you with?
Does this seem rude? So I'm just seeing if like maybe you're just like a person with stuff glued to you or something.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna go back now because this has gotten very uncomfortable.
I mean, here's the thing though. Like if you look at Nate, he looks like, he is half crystal. He's also made of material. So what's the difference between a very well-made fetch and a changeling?
Because I don't think this is a fetch.
That's what I'm thinking now.
I think something's up with the other Wenceslas. This might not be the real. This guy might be the real Wenceslas.
Well, what does the other one look like?
But
Just-
looks aren't everything.
This
We
is
know.
true.
They're really good at changing in what we see and even in ourselves. Can't trust our eyes sometimes. We all live that life, we know.
Oh, I'm getting a headache.
What if
This
we
is
bring
a
him
lot.
back? What if we bring him to Mrs. Blackburn? Bird.
We need to have a word with Wenceslas.
I think we need to have a word maybe with everyone. I think keeping secrets and only one person knowing is not helping.
I agree.
What are
The-
you?
He should come with us, though, yeah? Just for
But
safekeeping in case.
I was told to go here.
Who
Who
Wait,
told you
who
to go
told
here?
Who?
Madeline told me to go here.
Madeline?
When?
Shit.
She told me a week ago. I've been staying here. I've been driving to the gas station to get stuff to eat, and I've been out camping here for a week.
Nova starts pulling out her phone like she's about to call.
Nova?
Call her?
Wait a
We
minute.
should,
You
if we're gonna confront them, we should have the element of surprise.
wait a minute. You didn't question her asking you this?
No, she's my wife. Why would I question why she'd ask that of me?
That she would just you're supposed to be the person she loves the most in this world, and she just let you walk off to be at some kind of lake thing without any kind of provisions, anything, without any kind of word for a week.
She said I should.
People get divorced for less, dude.
She was protecting him. That's why the other Wenceslas didn't want us to tell her. Maybe he sensed that.
This isn't the first
she made
time
her
I've gone
choice.
hiking for a long time. Me and Madeline used to do it all the time, but before she, he kind of shows her stomach.
We need to talk with her then. She'll have an idea what's going on, and I'm sure we can get some information out of her.
There is a very important piece of puzzle that we're missing. I think we're ignoring the fact that we don't know just what kind of powers the others have. How deep do they go? What can they do? Because if they can change their appearance to be like someone else, that's a problem.
Wait, what did your fetches look like? We've all been replaced. Do they all look as dog shit as mine, or is this something
Mine's
new?
dead.
Mine moved. I didn't get to see her.
Same.
Hey, what about the one that was flipping you off?
Oh, Jonas is one.
How Jonasy did he look?
Trying to remember now. He seemed pretty half-assed too.
I
And,
mean, no.
Yeah, this is weird, and we need to figure this out.
I mean, it sure seems like fetches look much more piecemeal than we do. I mean, when we come back, we still at least mostly resemble what we looked like before. I mean,
Well.
I was not this short before, I was not this thin before, but I still generally look like the person that I was before. That can never be mistaken for Wenceslas. That is obviously something fake. That is obviously something built from
But Wenceslas could
trash.
be in there. Like, it's not his outside, it's his inside. Why does he have those memories when he shouldn't? Why is he so well constructed? And I don't even know if we're seeing stuff right, in all honesty. Learn not to always trust what I see, what I think I see.
There's something, look. There's something, we need to talk to the other people. We can't just decide, we can't just kill him now and leave it at that. There is something going on, and I think there's something insidious about it.
Do you think here's safer or with us is safer? I guess that's the decision.
Well, they know he's here.
Well, Madeline knows. Depends
Probably
how much
with us is safer.
Well, And Wenceslas.
Oh,
I
he's
mean,
right. He needs
he-
to come with us.
He told us where to find it.
Yeah.
He might always be able to find him, though.
We should still take him with us. At least he'll be protected then.
Yeah. Hey, how flammable does he look?
Well, the chicken wire is not too flammable. It's steel. But the twigs, for sure. And the clothes, absolutely.
I'm just thinking about the seating arrangement. Okay.
There's kind of an iffy smell about him, too. Like, he smells just slightly of blood.
Oh, okay. Yeah. There's something weird. Okay. Are we voting or are we just doing this? Because I think we should just do this. We got to take him and we'll put him in the van and we're going to figure it out.
You keep saying him. It's an it. Look at it.
I look like a moth sometimes, depending on how you look at me, but I'm still me.
Looks aren't everything.
I mean, I don't want to say, again, like, look at Nate, but, like, look at Nate or Jonas. He doesn't have a face sometimes, but, like, he's still cool.
But
I-
look at Nate. He looks like something. He's not just a pile of garbage.
No, Nova's like, absolutely, no. Looks don't mean anything. I spent a lot of time looking at a lot of pretty things, and there were a lot of pretty nothing. That's what I did. That's what I did in the garden all the time, and I was the thing that looked off. So I can't look at something and judge them by the way they look. I can't. And she kind of like moves over, and she's almost like getting in between everybody else and the maybe fetch. Like she's getting a little protective.
I didn't
I'm with
feel
Nova on this.
I didn't feel myself before I went into the hedge. Even so, no, looks aren't everything.
At the end of the day,
But that's a different thing, yeah.
at the end of the day, it seems conscious. He seems conscious enough, right?
Here's the
If
thing.
he thinks he's conscious, we kind of have to treat him like he is. Otherwise,
Here's the thing. If he is agreeable to whatever they need to do, then what's the problem?
we shouldn't
Like-
tell them that we have him.
They're gonna know.
Not necessarily. Again, we can use it as a... Either we can say we killed him and see how they react, or we can...
We never found him.
No, let's say we killed him.
I know Inkwell had some friends in Minneapolis that he was corresponding with. But do you think they would tell him if I went there?
Why do you know that?
Well, he shared this information with everyone. This was just
You
a way of keeping in
included?
touch. Yes.
Wait, he was... Inkwell was talking with people from the outside world.
Yes.
Now he's dead.
Minneapolis.
He told...
He's
when did he
dead?
tell people about this? Yes, he's dead. When did he tell people about this?
When did he die? What happened?
Just the other day. We found him headless.
What?
Didn't
Who
we
did
just
it?
have a conversation about this?
Yeah, I think we did, but this is more important. When did he tell you about the friends
This
he
is
was
the first time
corresponding
he's
with?
showing any emotion. This fetch is like, wait, what? How did he? Who killed him? How did he die?
That's the question, isn't it? Now, tell me, when did he tell you about the people he was corresponding with?
Every time there was a new letter, he'd tell us what's going on in Minneapolis and what the freeholds over there are doing. It was
Tell all who. Can you list who?
me, Madeline, Jim, Matthew, Amanda, Patty. He used to tell the Woodsmen too before he left.
The who?
Yes, the Woodsman. He left. I think it almost 18 years ago.
Where did this woodsman live?
Where he lived? I think he lived. I think he never really told anyone where he lived. He lived in the woods.
Where
He was
did
a
he go?
lumberjack?
lumberjack. I don't know. He made a living in the forest. Didn't really come to Littlebrook much. He just came to buy some basic provisions, and after he left, not even that.
Guys, there was a clean cut. Woodsman, axe.
No,
Did
he
this
wouldn't have done
guy-
that. No. The woodsman, who he would not have killed. Wait,
Why did he leave?
we had a disagreement
We who?
About what?
about the contract.
What about the contract? Wait,
Well, you know about the contract, right?
yeah, the
course we
one,
do.
yeah.
Wait. What is? Tell us about the contract. Like we don't know anything.
Yeah, because we might have a different story.
Well, there was an accident. Well, accident is cutting it low. Several students, the class of 02, they died because of an accident at the mines, and we assumed it was because of involvement from the other side, some of us at least, and we considered it the final straw, and we had a vote, and it was a draw on who voted for it, and the woodsman decided to leave because he didn't want any part of it, and he left Littlebrook, and then we did the contract to close it off.
At the time, you coexisted with this Wenceslas that is sending us. There was two of you.
No, there was
Wait,
never
wait.
two of us. What?
Who made the sacrifice?
I don't know.
Part of the contract was that someone was locked in there with the items. Who was locked in there?
I don't know.
But you remember the last 17 years.
Yes. Well, yes, I do.
Oh, this might have been part of it. A splitting, a duplication, an empty husk, a husk without a soul, a husk without a soul.
Which is why Wenceslas, who did give up his life for 17 years,
He's the husk. We're
wants
talking
this
to the
one.
soul.
No,
Yes.
this thing was created to fill his position while he was in there.
Now she's getting real protective again. She's like, no.
And this thing needs to die for him to be whole again.
No. Well, then they should be face to face at least. You can't send somebody out and like kill a thing. That's ridiculous.
That's war.
Well, okay, but if we want to do this, then I'm going to fight everything unless they're face to face. That's the least he could do.
All three of you feel this way?
Fist up.
Yeah.
Will it come with us? That's the next question.
I'd rather not go back to Littlebrook. Madeline told me to stay
Well,
here.
your options are go back to Littlebrook or die here.
He kind of looks
That's-
towards the rest of you like, well, you can't really tell.
Yeah, that's
me.
not how it works.
The thing is, even if we leave and leave you here, someone else will come. What then? Someone who might not want to talk.
I mean,
Don't you want to go
I
back and
don't want to
settle
cause.
this?
I don't want to cause any trouble.
That's too late for that.
Oh, hey. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's his fault.
Nova's gonna like just like hold out a hand and like just you should come with us. We can't promise anything else, but we can watch you as much as we can. Someone else will come because he knows you're here, and it's not fair to have to die alone at a lake.
He kind of reluctantly takes Nova's hand and says, I suppose I don't have any other choice, but what are you going to do? If I am the fake, will you kill me then?
We
I
don't
don't
have to
plan
make
on it.
any decisions right now. Don't
What
look
are
at
you
Lars.
What are you going to tell the other Wenceslas?
We won't tell him anything until we know. Till we get information we need.
All right. I suppose that's...
I think it's important that you know too. Because then maybe you can make an informed decision as well. Because I guess, I don't know. There must be other options. There must be other things. My head is exploding. I can't think. So don't look at me. But I'm just saying that there's more things, and more things are coming up that they've been keeping from us. And we've been directing our strength and our power and giving it our all to follow these paths and these indications and this like they're just, are they toying with us? You can see like frosting coming over on Tide's fingers.
They're
Tide,
talking.
we can figure it out.
When they're talking, Nova's just gonna slowly kind of start guiding him towards the van. Like, go here, and we'll take it a step
You
at
feel
a
a
time.
wetness on your hand as you're guiding him, and as you
She'll
look at
look
it,
down.
there is a small bit of blood that has been trickling into your hand as you've been holding his hand. Not
Okay.
a lot, but it's been staining your skin.
She's gonna try to be real cool about it and like, oh no, this is fine. This doesn't freak her out at all. Yeah, just trying to be friendly. No,
Right.
this is just fine.
He kind of follows you over towards the car, and yes.
Does Lars notice the blood?
You can certainly roll the usual roll for noticing things.
What was
Nova's
that?
trying to play it real cool.
That's
This is fine.
wits
Don't worry about it.
composure. Wits composure. We're very soon going to rewind a little bit and see what Jonas and Flicker are up to, but we'll finish this scene first.
Can I try to roll too? I
think you were slightly distracted by
That's
being
true,
very angry.
yeah.
So I think Jonas.
angry.
I think Lars.
One success.
No, you don't notice this.
Okay.
She didn't say you, not even once. Nova's playing it real cool.
I mean, maybe he's hurt, so.
So, how about we do a rewind now? Go back a couple of minutes to the car with Jonas and Flicker. Flicker's kind of... Yeah.
We were taking a walk.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You left the car. I'm very sorry. You left the car to take a little walk.
Like we didn't want to see it or be close to it, basically.
Right. So Flicker's kind of... She's kicking rocks every now and then, and occasionally she kind of gets very like not introverted, but like she kind of starts thinking about something, and she kind of starts lighting up, and then she just picks out something from her pocket and burns it, and she kind of calms down, and she seems very like lost in her own thoughts as you're walking.
I didn't write it down and forgot. What was the name that she said that she had?
Jean.
Jean.
Yes.
So Jonas, after a while, just like walking around in his own thoughts as well, is just gonna. So, Jean, was it?
Yeah, I guess that's the name that I thought of, but I don't know if that's mine. I have no idea. It just popped up in my head.
Have something else popped up in your mind?
Well, I don't know. I feel really bad about burning the bridge. That's been popping up a lot in my head, I guess.
Why do you feel bad over that?
Well, I mean, I burned a bridge. It
Did you mean to burn the bridge? Were you?
no, of course not. I didn't mean to burn it.
No.
But I mean, if
Well.
if I break something, even if I don't mean to do it, it's a bad thing, right?
Well, maybe.
Nah,
I,
neutral. Not that bad.
You're not there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do like you were escaping from the hedge as well, right? That's why how you happened to burn the bridge.
Yeah, I guess I was. I barely
Do you know-
remember that.
Yeah. Do you know if you entered through the bridge back in the days?
Well, I mean, I don't really remember much except fire. That's a lot of what I remember.
Do you even know if you're from here, from Littlebrook, or somewhere else?
I don't know. It's been a lot of stuff happening lately. I haven't really been giving it a lot of
Okay,
thought,
yeah.
but I really don't know. I remember being on fire. I remember being in pain for a really long time, and I remember burning down the Goblin Market and Jean. That's about it.
Well, that is not so bad. I'm sorry that you were in
Okay,
in
I guess-
pain. I guess you.
What?
I'm sorry that you were in pain, but I think that's something we maybe have in common, the most of us, from our time inside
Yeah,
there.
I figure.
Yeah, I don't really know what with everything going on right now, what's happening, but you know, you seem to be like you are fire now,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, for sure. Why, you want me to burn something?
Does it burn now? Does it hurt you?
Sometimes it hurts when I
Yeah.
don't burn stuff when I want to burn stuff.
Uh-huh. I see.
Like, I really want to burn Nova. Just saying that, just putting that out there. I really want to burn Nova, and every day I'm not burning
Well,
Nova is,
I sometimes I
just a
felt the
little bit.
same.
I don't want to hurt her.
Yeah. I know. I share the feeling. You know what? Maybe not burn Nova, but
Yeah, that's kind of weird if you'd share that feeling, but
well, she has been making dangerous decisions
well, I mean,
that would have hurt more. But all I'm saying is maybe you should, like, maybe it's time when we have landed and now everything is said and done, basically. Maybe you should find some way, some place where you can burn stuff.
well, I mean, she kind of looks around the forest. This seems like a pretty good place to burn stuff, if you ask me. It's a lot of stuff to burn.
Yeah, I guess.
Look, it's not that I want.
Well,
It's not that I want to burn stuff. I don't want to burn stuff. I don't even want to burn Nova. So you can tell she kind of starts glowing slightly in her hair as she's thinking, and there's a little some kind of flickers flying off her and little bits of burning ash, and she goes, it just like every time I tried to think about what was happening back there, I just want to burn stuff. And I don't want to burn, like, I don't know if you get it. It's weird. I want to burn stuff, but I don't want to burn stuff. Does that make any sense?
Maybe I'll can try to understand. You wanna maybe it's the thought of what was back there, is holding like where they decided over you, and you don't want that anymore.
No, I guess not. Like
like you don't want to burn and destroy stuff for the sake of burning and destroying stuff, but maybe you want to burn and destroy stuff because you can choose what you want to do and no one else is deciding.
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, that's actually yeah. That's kind of how I feel. Yeah, I want to.
Yeah.
But like burning stuff means I can't burn it anymore. Like it wasn't like that back there. I could burn things and it would be fine. Like it would come back. It wouldn't mean anything, but the bridge isn't coming back, and all these little things that I'm burning won't be coming back, and the seats in the car that I've burned a little bit is not going to be just fixed, and that really isn't good, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I get it. We'll find something for you to burn that you can burn as much as you want. I don't know what it would be, but we're gonna be here, maybe in Littlebrook for a while longer. Let's hope, at least. So make sure that we're just gonna make sure that you don't get lost and you are not, especially that you're not taken back. And then we'll find stuff for you to burn.
She kind of bends down and picks up a pine cone and just looks it over, and it starts popping as she kind of burns it in her hand. It's like, it's yeah, okay. I'll thank you. I don't. I kind of just feel like all over the place right now, and I don't really like the fact that we're here to kill someone. I think that's really weird.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't like the fact that stuff is like I haven't been able to burn something, but I think we all been through pretty much somewhat the same thing, and there are a lot of secrets and a lot of things going on that I do not like, and we'll go through it. We'll come out on the other side, and everything will be great again.
Yeah, I don't know any of the people that aren't in town that you've talked about, but it really feels like they're just pushing you guys around.
It definitely feels like that, and I think it's not just a feeling, it's actually what's going on right now.
Can I burn them?
let's just wait until we know, right? Maybe they are actually the good guys and they're on our sides. They just don't know how to be the good guys for now. And if they're not, then I'll bring the gasoline.
Okay, thanks. She kind of goes down a little bit.
Well, maybe we should start heading back and hope that they're done whatever they have done.
Yeah.
Well, let's not think about that anymore. But just remember, like, we're here to help you, and there might someday come people to try to take you away. But
wait, what?
I'm just saying, speaking of no secrets, there might be someone coming. There are someone coming, someone of them from the other side coming back.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm
just
not gonna. Are you guys gonna fight them?
I do hope not that we are. I don't think we'd win that.
Okay. Well, thanks, I guess. She kind of goes back to thinking, and she picks up a lot more pine cones and just kind of stuffs her pockets with them. And you start making your way back to the car, and you, by pure coincidence, kind of just get there at the same time as Wenceslas's fetch ? And the others arrive, or at least Nova. I don't know if the other three are coming back just yet.
Yeah, Nova's probably she's going to make a slow but steady line. You know, she's just, as far as she's concerned, the decision is made, and they're going to put him in that van and protect him. That's her thought process.
When Jonas comes to Nova, then he's like nudging her a bit, like what's going on?
She for if looking around to see if anyone else is, she'll actually show the blood on her hands and be like, so you don't know how fetchy this fetch is, and I think Lars just straight wants to kill him, and I would rather not, because I think there's something going on. So I'm gonna protect him.
Sounds terrific. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, but keep an eye on Lars.
Sure.
Oh, and hey, Flicker, don't burn this guy, okay? Thanks.
Well, I wasn't going to. She kind of looks at him.
Okay, but like I feel like
all right,
making
but he better
assumptions
stay
is
far
probably
away
bad.
from me because he kind of looks very flammable.
That's what I was thinking. All right, we're on the same page, Flicker. She gives like a little salute. Don't burn this guy. All right.
I turn to the other three that's still on the floating bridge dock thing. Like what are they doing?
I don't know.
Unless the other two are saying anything, Lars would be following a few steps behind.
I think Tide is also like, I don't know. Tide wouldn't linger, I don't think, too far behind. Like, very angry though. Frosty fingers.
Yeah.
Everything is just the way I left.
Sorry.
Wenceslas kind of goes as you stand by the cars. I don't know where the Woodsman lives, but it's, if you want to hide me, I suppose that would be as good a place as any.
What's going on here right now? What happened?
Oh, yeah, so there's a little different version of the story than we've been told, and there's another person that we were never told about.
Surprise! You can
Surprise.
continue now. Sorry.
So
you can continue telling the story, Nova. Sorry, I was just.
Oh no,
that came out of nowhere.
No, that's basically the reaction. Oh, hey, look, stuff we didn't know. So that's part of the reason we want to protect this guy, and he's a person, okay? He's not an it, okay? He's a person. You gotta call him
I know.
Okay, sorry.
Flicker heads up Flicker heads up to Tide and like, do you need to like warm up or something? Kind of holds out her hand.
No, I think I'm gonna be. I think it's gonna be okay. I'll be fine.
All right. Okay.
Thank you, though. That's very sweet of you.
She kind of like just pokes you with a finger, and you go, psst. It doesn't burn though because you're so frosty, but it's like some steam comes out.
It's okay.
Okay, so let's just. There is another from the beginning. What's going on? Is coming with us now? Coming back?
I think Nova gives him like the overview.
It's riding in the back.
Yeah.
So I get the thing.
Get the gist. Yeah.
Yeah.
We will assume that's because Silas isn't here. He didn't actually go with you on the road trip. He's busy doing something else.
Well, okay. Is it just me, or does it sound like the others made a fetch?
Yeah, maybe. Husk without a soul.
Where's the woodsman's place?
I can't really say where exactly he lives, but we did have a small place where we could leave messages for him, and he'd check it every now and then. I think he might have used a contract to know if someone left a message there. It's close to Littlebrook, maybe 20 minutes out of town.
We pass it on our way back.
Yeah, we would.
Okay. That sounds good, everybody.
Yeah.
Sounds great. I think I need to think about this as well. Chris,
Yes.
Wenceslaus, like the one back in Littlebrook,
Yes.
what did he look like?
When you first found him,
His-
he looked
his
like
meat.
a decrepit corpse, almost like very thin, possibly malnourished, or almost like a corpse, skeletal kind of look. He's gotten slightly better, mostly color-wise, but he still kind of looks very, very gaunt and skeleton-like.
But does he have a mien that's like off-putting, or is it more like a malnourished, ordinary person?
It's hard to tell. You can't really you can't see you can't see someone's mien. Oh, no, sorry, you can't see someone's mask.
Exactly.
You can only see their mien, and you can't know if it's the mien or the mask, unless they expend all their glamour, and then I believe that's how you no, you can't see.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we don't see each other's
Masks.
means.
Well, you don't see each other's masks. You see each other's means.
Okay, we don't see each other's masks, so we don't see his mask.
I mean,
either.
there wasn't something supernaturally skeletal. Like he wasn't actually a skeleton. He just looked like a very malnourished person. Brittle hair, bony fingers, slightly longer, maybe.
So kind of like Lars, a little bit.
A bit like Lars, yes.
This-
Almost
this-
whitish.
the sloth guy in 7.
Yeah, that would be a good comparison. Like a white from maybe from Lord of the Rings, almost like the ghosts and living in the.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we can only see the mien, not the mask. But if,
I don't have the rule book on me right now. There is a
Yeah.
way to see a mask. I don't recall.
I don't need to see the mask. If his mien is just a skinny version of him, then wait a minute. What does that mean? Like,
For the ritual, they needed.
There were
They
bouquets,
needed some kind of sacrifice.
There were pillars around the thing he was lying on, with bouquets of flower in them, and also photos of each of the people in Littlebrook together with Wenceslas. And these all kind of just withered and faded away when you broke the contract.
From photos, we see the mien on photos as well, right?
You've seen.
I remember
you've seen how he
Blackbirds.
looks. So you could definitely see the same Wenceslas from the photos lying on the slab, although very, very malnourished. But you saw people's true looks on the photos.
Yeah, like on the Black Miss Blackbird's photo on her office was like
he looked.
what's this?
Yeah, he looked elven-ish, a little bit like Amanda maybe, but more. I don't like to use the comparison, but Lord of the Rings LV, like not super weird, but beautiful, slender, long blonde hair in a braid.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe him at the back there is just the fetch, not just, but is the fetch. Maybe sounds like they made the fetch. Jonas turns back to Vincenslaus in the car. You told them that you remember your durance,
Yes, I remember
right?
it as much as I can
You re-
remember it. Some parts of it are gone, but I
Do you,
was
re-
yeah. Yes.
do you remember when you came back? If you had a fetch then?
No, no, it had been so long. My fetch was gone. My fetch was dead. I think.
Okay. I don't know if this will work, but I will try to use like the kenning thing, because that detects like supernatural. Or would you just ping him as supernatural?
Yes, let me get the book.
either way.
Actually, I should have it on hand.
So while Chris is away, I did just look it up, and it says changelings see their own mind when they look at themselves, and barring the use of magic, see other changeling minds when they look at their fellows. So we see each other minus the mask,
We see each other as we are.
As we are, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is correct. You see each other as you are, not as the humans would see you.
Yeah.
Let me first actually look up how to see the mask, because I think there's a way to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it doesn't say in the actual masks part how you do that, but you can go ahead and roll kenning. Actually, I should be rolling kenning. That's right. Isn't it? Isn't it me rolling? Page 107 for kenning. Here we go. A player whose character currently suffers clarity damage in fewer than half her clarity boxes may make a kenning roll by spending a point of willpower. So we've got to do that first. We didn't do that before.
I need to lose clarity damage.
No. You can do it if you haven't. If you have fewer. Hold on. A player whose character currently suffers clarity damage in fewer than half her clarity boxes may make a kenning roll. So if you had too much clarity damage, you can't actually do a kenning. You spend a point of willpower, and I will roll your current clarity. So your current clarity is how much?
I think it is because I've taken one clarity damage. I think it's 4. No, wait, it's.
It's how much?
You cut off 5.
5 is your current.
Yeah. So current is it's at the number 4, but it's 5 dots. So it's like the first dot is not marked, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have five dots in.
So I roll your current clarity, so that's 4. All right. That's a pretty big failure right there. I shouldn't have said that because I should have rolled a secret. But you want to make that a dramatic failure? Nah. You can't really read much of this fetch-like creature, and we'll look up the whole mask thing later on. You can't really tell much, but obviously there's something supernatural going on because it's made out of chicken wire and stuff and such.
Well, what would you say? Like, let's say that he is the original fetch, why would he then remember his durance? And let's say he is created by the others, then why? Well, you're right. You're totally right. Something doesn't add up here. And I can't really put my finger on what it is, but something's going on. Maybe this huntsman, woodsman person maybe knows more what's going on.
Can I also point out that, like Nate said, there was a very clean cut. If this woodsman's up for blood, then we are in for a fight.
Wes
Which is
kind
fine,
of sits up again,
but-
like he would not have killed anyone.
Under no circumstances?
Well, he wouldn't have killed Inkwell. They were friends. We were friends.
We'll find out.
What was the
Oh,
vote?
fine.
You said it was a split vote.
Yes, it was a split vote. Yes.
Who voted which way?
Well, he voted no. Jim voted no. Matthew voted yes.
What did Amanda vote?
Amanda voted yes. And
What about the
Ink-
sheriff?
Patty, the deputy, is she sheriff now?
Deputy.
She voted. She voted no. And Inkwell voted no.
How did you vote?
I voted yes.
And Blackbird was a no then?
No, she voted yes. It was me, Madeline, Matthew, and Amanda who voted yes. Patty, Jim, and Inkwell and the Woodsman voted no.
All right.
Okay, let's go and see if we
close.
can find this woodsman then, and see if what we can find out, and when maybe he knows more about him.
Are we driving over then? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, because I think it's on the way to Littlebrook, so we were just gonna stop and see if there was a message.
Mm-hmm.
Wenceslaus, do you remember when were you taken and into the other place?
Must have been 68, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And you were how old then?
34. No, I was 44.
So it adds up a bit that your fetch would be gone then, if that's correct. Which means that there is something weird there being two of you right now.
Is that something related? What kind of powers did you have? What kind of gifts did you bring back from the hedge, from the other world? What was your? What could you do?
He kind of shakes, like his head kind of goes back and forth a bit. I don't know.
we all, once we're taken there, we're all changed in some way. Some in more obvious ways, other in more in our heads. But definitely, well, most of us in the body anyway, too. So there must be something that they wanted you for, that they used you for. Was there nothing?
I was a painter. I painted.
Okay. And you would make. How would your paintings. What would your paintings. Your painting would be special, I suppose, then.
I painted landscapes. I did portraits. I painted. I recall painting a domed ceiling once, stars, the whole sky. I don't know how long that took, but I painted the entire heaven of stars. That's what eventually, once I finished that, I didn't want to stay after that. I was finished.
Okay. But this was on the other side before you came back to Littlebrook, or was this here?
It was there.
Okay. And when was the last time you made a painting?
I haven't. I haven't painted since 2002, I think.
So, since the contract was supposed to happen,
I suppose yes.
you haven't painted since. Okay. And what was the last painting you did?
I painted my wife.
Your wife? Just your wife?
Yes, we were expecting.
Where is this this painting now?
I think we hung it in our home. Somewhere. I think she didn't like it. She thought she looked fat. She said so. She hung it in. She hung it in the guest room.
Okay.
I think I'm just gonna throw out a working theory that does not involve anything sinister for now, and we can see what you think about that. I think that this Wenceslas here is, well, maybe not a fetch, but a similar construct. I don't know how. I don't know if that's even possible, but I think that. And this actually is the first, the oldest Wenceslaus back in Littlebrook, and I think that uh, he may just be jealous or something. I think Madeline doesn't want this guy dead because she lived with him for almost 20 years.
Well,
Wenceslas?
Yes.
Did Madeline know?
No, what?
That there are two of you? She told you to go to the lake.
I have no idea. Oh, sorry, my cat just kicked the monitor.
Oh no.
He is angry because I'm not petting him. Sorry for that. There was a bump on the road. I don't know if she.
Drive careful, Ross.
Yeah. I don't know if she knew. She told me to go there, wait for her to tell me more, and I did what she asked of me. We never spoke about. Honestly, I don't even remember knowing I don't even remember looking like this until a week ago. I thought I just looked normal.
You can see how you look.
Yes, of course.
That must be tough. To be different than you were.
It's not helping.
I'm gonna protect you, okay? No matter what. No matter
you.
what
So
the answer is.
I've got a question.
Yeah.
Not for you, but for my friends here.
All right.
We came back and we were immediately introduced to every changeling in town, but not this one. Why? Because they knew that this one was not a changeling. They knew that this
Yeah.
one was a fetch.
Yeah. Or something similar.
That doesn't change how I feel.
So-
Whatever the
Not at
answer
all.
is.
Regardless of what it may think, it is not the real Wenceslas.
Yeah, but does it deserve to die because of that? I mean, they made it.
My argument is that it never lived, so it can't die.
Oh, I don't like that argument at all, Lars. No, that's bad. That's bad. It
Yeah, I
lived
get a feeling that isn't a good argument.
No, I don't like that at all. Oh, like Nova's like almost like getting angry. she's like Lars is driving, so I'm gonna be calm. But no,
No
But-
punching the driver.
no, she's like, no, it's cool. Also, Flicker, like we're cool now. The anger has
Yeah.
shifted.
Flicker's been very quiet during this entire ride, and this smell of blood is getting a little overbearing from Wenceslas.
Are
Is
you
that thing
hurt?
bleeding?
No, I'm not.
Nova
What is
put her
he
hand-
wearing?
He's wearing
He's a
his
little
clothes.
full of blood. He's like a little blooded, which seems odd.
Sorry, I don't know where it's coming
Getting all
from.
over my seats.
We'll just burn him again. It's fine.
What?
Wait. Let me see.
Yeah, you're like, look here, like you got blood on me, which is fine. I don't care. Like I'm just gonna wipe it off on my.
I don't
care.
know where it's coming from.
Well, let's give me your hand. Let's see.
He holds over his hand, and yeah, it's trickling through. His hand is made out of tied together branches and smaller sticks that are made to look like they look like fingers. They're articulated like fingers, but they're obviously not actually jointed. But they make little creaking noises when he bends his fingers, and trickling through this is like tiny droplets of blood coming from inside of his clothes.
What the fuck? In his
It's
clothes?
From inside of his clothes, presumably because it's coming down his arm onto.
Yeah,
Okay.
take off your shirt.
Well, that's a crude way to put it.
okay.
Sorry,
Take it
we're
off.
just gonna see where it's coming from, and
The
if you're
family
hurt,
show.
Okay, he
maybe we can bandage you.
he starts unbuttoning his shirt and he opens it, and you immediately spot the source of the blood, because the body itself is kind of woven together, made by the same kind of chicken wire with branches on, but inside of the chest you see the body of a small animal. You think it's a cat, but it's been pierced through the chest on a branch.
What?
Yeah,
the
that's not
fuck?
creepy at all.
What the fuck?
Is there some kind of like sacrificial blood magic in creating?
Is
him?
is it still
I
alive?
don't know. It's not moving, but the blood is coming out of the
Yeah, it's
branch.
bleeding, so.
I try to pet it. Is it still warm?
You can't touch it. It's completely like wrapped up in this. I mean, you can try to get through with your fingers. It twitches.
Can we not make a
when
bigger
you,
mess?
when you touch it?
Too late. Tide is trying to touch the cat.
It twitches.
Tide,
when you touch
careful.
it. He kind of jumps like, looking shocked. Like, what did you just do?
Sorry, there's an animal inside of you. I want to see if it's alive.
What?
Look down.
It just kind of turns its head down and it just goes complete silent.
Yeah. Yeah,
What is going on?
You're a pile of garbage.
Excuse you.
Okay, that's it. Okay, so she
That's
starts like
Lars.
heading her way to the front of the car over people. That's it.
Oh,
That's it.
did-
Come
Ah.
on.
Not over
Now
the
with
gears.
your elbow.
Yeah,
Why?
No, Nova, don't.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to just keep Nova from throttling him.
Ah! She'll like let it hold her back. Like she really doesn't want to crash the car, but she has to show that she's at that point. She's like, Lars,
Nova,
I
you
like
can
him
kick
more
his
that he's
ass
a
when
cat.
not driving.
okay.
Yeah,
He
Nova, get back
quietly
in your
buttons up his
seat.
shirt as
Please.
you're doing this, and I must be the fetch then, right?
Yeah, but that doesn't
Yeah.
mean that you deserve to die.
Exactly.
You're safe with me. Trust me. Like, if he tries anything, I'll point to Lars. I'll blow his fucking head off. Don't worry.
Yeah. High five to Nate.
Guys, come
Flicker,
on.
Flicker-
kind of looks back at you like, this is a really high intense conversation.
Indeed.
Uh-huh.
No, let's just also settle. No one is gonna kill Wenceslaus, and no one's gonna blow Lars's brains out as well, right?
That's not in that. I don't want to.
Great.
How-
I-
But you will
hold
if you
on.
have to. Flicker kind of scoffs.
What if him, whatever consciousness, whatever mind you've got right now, after you are, whatever is holding you together is dispelled, you come back into the other one, and that's a way for you to keep living and remembering and keep going.
Well, then we
Is
should
that
ask
how
him
it works?
questions. We should figure out.
Yeah, why
that's how it
That
works.
never happened
wouldn't
when they killed the
Madeline-
other fetches.
I think we need to talk with the Woodsman first.
We
Yeah.
He would know what happened.
Wait, he just said something. You've helped kill other fetches?
I didn't kill any of them, but they
who
killed.
did?
Well, they killed their fetches. Not all of them. Some of them died of their own, but we did kill some of the fetches. Well, not we, but it was. I know Inkwells. I was there when they killed him.
How did he kill it?
He cut his head off.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Nova is like visibly free. Like, okay, nope, no.
Okay, we're not killing
Nope.
him, especially now, because
Nope. Nope.
This was in
Yeah.
this was in the 90s, I think.
Who did that? The Woodsman did.
No, Inkwell did that. We
Inkwell did
we
that.
never killed
And
anyone's
so-
fetch for someone else. It was up to
someone's
everyone.
taking revenge.
Yeah.
The Woodsman, maybe?
Why
Why
would you?
now?
Why would he do that? I don't like these
No.
allegations. He never hurt
I'm as
anyone.
confused as you are, buddy.
But who would go around and avenging fetches except other fetches? And sorry, pal at the back, but that makes you some kind of suspect. And I know we're not gonna do anything, but just saying how it looks.
I've been here for a week.
Yeah, I do not actually think you did anything, but I don't know what to trust and what's going on right anymore. And the only kind of self-aware fetch that we have. I don't even think you are a fetch, actually, as I said before. I think you might be something similar, but I don't think you're not a fetch. I think you're something they did. Maybe they done more, created more similar.
Then let's talk to Wenceslas.
Yeah.
We can get questions out of them.
I
So we
have another thing that just bugged me that I just dropped. You said that you didn't paint. Last time you painted was 2002, and then you painted your pregnant wife.
Yes.
Well, that's well. Did you know? What happened to that pregnancy?
Well, she's expecting anytime soon, I think.
Well, not since 2002, right?
Yeah, she's pregnant.
She's pregnant still.
Still, she's been pregnant for 17 years.
Okay.
How? Oh my god.
Yeah.
How did I not know? What?
It's not your fault.
One of the others has some kind of power. At least that's what I'm thinking. That makes this possible. There is someone of them that
Yeah.
can distort reality in some way. I can feel it, and you see like just frost like going down.
Tight. The time has been still here. Maybe she has been, since the ritual is broken, she has actually been pregnant for 17 years. But I'm also with you, and I like Matthew. He has helped us, but he's also the one who researched the ritual and everything. He's very knowledgeable.
Maybe we'll find messages at the Woodsman's place. That'll help.
Yeah.
That's a piece we haven't gotten yet.
Yeah. It's all quite a lot.
If they are running around making fetches, what makes them different from them then?
Well, the rest, right? They're not capturing people, torturing them.
Look, this is all
Are
great,
they though?
Oh, yeah, true.
this is all speculation. Again, we need to talk to them and get answers.
Yeah.
We can debate the philosophy of whether or not Fetch is a person, or if he's a Fetch, or who made what, or who has what power, but we don't know anything for sure right now, and all we're doing is speculating. We need to talk to Wenceslas, we need to talk to everybody else, and we need to get the truth out of them.
You're right.
Yeah.
So let's go.
Are we at that place?
We will, through the magic of time skip, you arrive to a small rest stop. It's doesn't even have like a manned gas station. There's just some pumps, some vending machines, some public bathrooms, and Wenceslas, or the Fetch, or whatever you want to call him, kind of goes out of the car. He's been very quiet for the rest of the ride, and he walks over to one of the bathroom stalls that has occupied on it, and he takes out a little quarter from his pocket, and he kind of flips it over, and you hear the lock unclicking, and he goes inside and just basically flushes the toilet, and then he comes outside and he locks it again.
Well, he's in there.
Would you flush?
It was a number 2. No.
While he's in there, Ty just kind of turns around and goes, "Okay, but I just wanted to say that no matter how we look," and Ty is looking at Nate and then at Nova and stuff, and it's like, there's nothing wrong with the way we look.
Yeah.
Just that's been sitting with me since we spoke. It's like there's like everyone saying you look weird, and that one's his name. And
Don't
it's like,
worry.
I mean,
Tide,
I've been wondering,
Tide, don't
does
worry.
it hurt when you talk?
Well, does it hurt me?
Yeah, cause like you look solid, and like yes or no on your
I
forehead.
feel fine. I mean,
How can you move?
that is an excellent question. Like feel this. I'm stone, right? But huh. There aren't any joints I can see. Just
Yeah, how do you move? I thought you would break.
well, I'm glad that's not the case then.
That's not what I was. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. That's
In a way, you're as soft as flesh when you move your limbs, but in another, you're as hard as stone when you touch the surface.
Yes.
Magic.
Yep. Fancy magic.
Who could have guessed?
Yep. So now what do we do now that you've flushed the toilet and locked the door?
Well, it usually takes them a couple of minutes to
Okay.
come get whatever we leave, and courtesy is that we don't stick around because there was some, I guess you'd call it
Maybe if he sees
bad
you.
blood. I suppose I could go back into the car if you want me to.
No. Should he see you, do you think he would appreciate that?
No, I don't think
Okay.
he likes me
Nate,
very
Nate,
much.
remember, he won't see. He probably won't see what the Wenceslaus he remembers.
So then you should probably go and wait in the car.
All right. Tell him hi from me. Kind of shuffles over to the car and gets in.
Is there any any dark corners in this bathroom?
It is an
Like
outdoor.
unlit
Like at this
booths?
point, it's pretty close to evening, so it's kind of shady. There's a few on top street lights lighting up, and because it is a roofed resting spot with a couple of benches made out of some sturdy wood, there are plenty of shades to hide in. And you see Flickers kind of lighting one of these pine cones on and kind of tossing it, getting a little close to the gas pumps maybe. She just keeps tossing them. She doesn't really seem to know what they are.
What an unexpected turn this mission would take if you just... And Flicker blows out the gas station.
Everyone dies. Sorry, guys. This is how
Yeah.
we have to end the
Rockfall,
campaign.
everyone dies.
Sorry.
If possible, Nova would probably head towards like Wenceslaus, at least stay around there. She just doesn't. She's a little suspicious of anything Lars might do, and she figures he also shouldn't be alone. He seems a little like he's not having a great time, and she figures they'll handle whatever's happening. So, if possible, she'd want to be at least outside the van, if not in it.
Oh yeah,
with him.
that's fine. You can be wherever you want. He doesn't seem
And
to
then
mind the
maybe
company.
keeping an eye on Flicker, but like part of her's like, I wonder what'll happen. Let's watch it go.
She
Jonas,
keeps... Oh, sorry.
you go.
No, she just keeps tossing them, but she doesn't particularly aim at the gas tank anymore, or the pumps, but rather just kind of toss them against the wall of the toilet stalls because that's less flammable.
Jonas says, I'm just gonna start with watching what's going on. And Jonas then goes to one of the dark the shaded places and do light shy.
All right. Yeah, you kind of goes disappearing into the dark. Without the sound effect, obviously. You didn't obfuscate. I mean, and it takes a little while. It takes a couple of minutes. But then you see this lantern light, like a little ball of light that's coming closer from the forest. And you hear footsteps before you see the person holding the lantern. And it's a man, seems to be in his late 50s, maybe early 60s. He's got a thick mustache. It's very like walrusy in look. Some gray in it. He's got kind of frazzled hair, so reddish with flecks of gray in it as well. He's wearing this big old hiking coat. I guess you can call it like almost like a trench coat, but not quite as long. And he's got these old what do you call them? Mid-calf laced up boots. He's got his pants tucked into, and he's got kind of a crumpled, almost top hat looking hat on his head, a big backpack strapped to his back, and a lantern in one hand, and an axe resting on the shoulder, which he's holding with his other hand. And he kind of just stops at the edge of the light coming from one of the street lamps and looks you over and well, where are you folks supposed to be?
We need your help.
All right. Need your help. You need my help with what?
Well, it's a little complicated.
I've got
so
time.
there's been some shit going down. Inkwell was murdered.
He kind of just turns around and starts walking. I'm not involved in Littlebrook anymore.
That's not the only thing. We've got a lot of problems, and we really could use your help. We need information. You don't have to get involved. No one has to know that you're part of this. Just help us here and now, and we'll let you be.
He stops. Turns around again. I don't know your faces. You folks from around here?
We're new.
Yeah.
Huh.
So why don't you want to
Well-
be part of Littlebrook?
I don't think that's any of your business.
We know
It's
some of
absolutely
it.
not.
Trust me. It absolutely is. Not your personal reasons, but we need to know the history of the place. We need to know why you left, what
Matthew
decision
didn't tell you
caused
it?
it.
They didn't mention you at all.
No. We didn't know you existed until...
Well, for good
hour
reason. I'm
ago.
not part of Littlebrook. I haven't been for 17 years.
So why'd you leave?
Again, that's none of your business. All due respect.
Goddamn.
Wenceslas woke up. The contract is broken. Shit's coming this way. We need to talk. Because if you don't talk, if we don't know the truth and we don't figure out what's going on, we can't prepare to like fix it.
That sounds like a
And
you
so
problem.
far,
Yeah, it is.
So
Sorry.
far, those that are still in the town have been less than forthcoming with us. So we
Huh.
were hoping that you, being an outsider, would be more truthful with us. We were all taken from Littlebrook before the contract. We came back before the contract was broken. We somehow came back despite that contract being in place. And through some accidents, we broke the contract.
And someone in town decided that, hey, we should get back to old Toby. We should have him get involved again.
They don't know
Um,
we're here.
Not someone in town.
All right.
No.
Well, I'm gonna stop you right there and ask if they don't know that you're here. How did you know how to get to me?
A fetch.
Who?
Wenceslaus's.
Where is he?
Back there. He says hi, by the way. Or it says hi, by the way.
Kind of looks over to the van or the Volkswagen. Well, again, sounds like a you problem. Know why I would get involved.
Why did you leave?
What does it matter to you why I left?
Because it might determine how much we fight for the town.
Figured running away wasn't a good option. Got voted down. So I decided to leave.
So you ran away.
I didn't run away from anything. If anything, they ran away from things.
By putting up the shield or doing whatever they did.
Yes, exactly. They made it perfectly clear that if I wasn't okay with that, I was free to leave, and I did. With the promise that I would not have to get involved with whatever else they were up to. Now, if you excuse me, I would like to get back to doing whatever I was doing. But by the looks of it, you folks seem to be way over your... Yeah. You seem to be...
We're in over our heads, to say the least.
We're definitely in over our heads.
Why
We
not just
are.
leave?
Because some of us lost our heads. Specifically Inkwell. He's dead.
Yeah, you mentioned that. Who killed him?
We
That's a
don't
good
know.
question. But he was
That's what we're trying to
decapitated.
find out.
He was what?
Decapitated. Clean blow.
Look, let's not talk here. You can tell me about it. You can come along if you want, but I'm not going to stay here and talk about it. You can bring him with you too. He'll be safe.
Where are we going?
I'd like to go to my home. I don't like being out in the open.
All right. Then let's go.
All right.
We should motion to him to come up. I mean, that's...
Jonas walks away and pretends to like exit the car as well, and then drops the contract
All right.
and joins
Looks
up
like there's
with the others.
got another one. Is there another one as well? Kinda
Hi,
looks over.
my name is
Yeah.
Face.
Hi, face. Yeah, speaking of, well, you guys have me at a disadvantage. What are your names?
You can call me Lars.
All right, Lars, Face,
Sarah.
Sarah.
Shiny.
Lars, Face, Sarah, Shiny. I'm Flicker. All right, Flicker. It's creative. Hey, fuck you.
Flicker.
He started it. All right, and
Don't use that word.
who's that one over there with Wenceslaus?
Are we close enough to hear, or is he
Yeah,
asking
you're
them as we're
you're
approaching?
approaching. You're approaching.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, I'm Nova. That was awesome, Flicker.
Okay, you know what? Do what
I'm
you
proud of
want.
you.
I'm not. I don't care.
All right. So I'm gonna have to ask you folk to wear blindfolds.
Fair enough.
But before we do that, you have my word upon the stones, upon the grass, the trees, and the sky, that as long as you're my guests, you will not come to harm from me or any of my associates. And that goes for you as well. Wenceslas kind of looks over at the fetch that shrinks a little bit.
Sounds good to me.
I mean, I'm more worried than I was before he promised, because I wasn't even thinking that. But, I mean, I guess we're doing this.
Yep.
I just want to know how a blindfold's going to work on him, and it's with no face.
Just guess.
It's more of a formality. I think we can make it work.
Sounds good.
All right.
And I suppose you all put your blindfolds on. You're handed a bunch of pieces of cloth, and Wenceslas, or his fetch, or what should we call him? Fakislas?
Oh,
Fetch
so
is
it is a
long.
fetch.
No. And I was like, no, he needs a whole name. Let's call him, like, just other W.
Steve.
Bob.
Other
You're
W.
Steve now.
Steve. Well, he puts on a blindfold as well. And indeed, as Jonas puts it on, it goes completely black, even when it's roughly where the eyes should be. And you start walking. Surprisingly, you don't lose the sense of balance you'd usually lose when you go blind for a first bit, that you kind of stumble. And you hear his steps easily enough, and you start walking on this small path in the woods. And occasionally you step on some twigs or some old pine cones. There's a root here and there. Then you're walking on moss. You're not even walking on dirty. You're not even walking on dirt anymore. And then you feel this kind of soft breeze against your faces. It's surprisingly warm. And as you continue walking, you hear, "Don't kick the monitor, Victor." He keeps kicking the monitor. Sorry. You hear the sound of running water, and you hear the woodsman going, "All right, we're going to be crossing the water here. Your feet will be getting wet, but it'll be fine. There will be places to dry your socks and shoes when we get there." And you come to this edge of a stream. Do you walk across it?
Sure.
Yeah.
No
Am I
problem.
talking into the mic?
Oh, yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
You're doing good.
Okay, good.
You're walking across the water, and it is foot and a half deep, surprisingly deep. But it's almost warm, this water.
Hmm.
And
Okay, who peed?
you hear bird song. Actually, you feel light on your faces, even when you're not seeing. You feel warmth on your skin. And after a little bit, you stop. And the woodsman goes, "All right, you can take off your blindfolds now." And what you see before you is a small cottage. And it looks like one of those very early homesteads built by the first people who settled Littlebrook way back in the 19th century. It's a log cottage, or log house, I guess you would call it, with a kind of crooked door that looks more like it was just hammered into the frame, and then just someone made some very primitive joints for it to work on. And there's a small window, and there's of course a chimney, and there is a clothes rack, a clothes wire hanging outside with some socks on it. There is a washing bin, a small campfire, almost like a well, permanent campfire, I guess you could call it. And it is midday. It is a completely blue sky. And all around you, there are birch trees.
Oh.
And I think this is a good place to finish for today.
Welcome back to the hedge.
Oh yeah.
Welcome back to the hedge. Maybe. Who knows? Of course, it's the hedge. Thank you.
We just walked until daybreak, right?
Of course you did. But I felt like that was an appropriate place to stop. We're just a couple of minutes short of the usual deadline. Sorry, folks, for cutting it short there. We will be coming back again next week. Same time, same channel. Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in.
Thank you.
And congratulations once again, both to Trev for your beautiful baby and for the Onyx Path for your beautiful baby.
Yes.
Yes, and I hope you all have a good one, and we will see you again next Thursday.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.
Good to speak, everybody.